Hello world, this is ComputerHeat, and today I've got a solo cast, a game between Strixeh from the Netherlands and AKECHETA, who I believe is Russian, and he's also playing as the Soviets, so that's kind of appropriate, I guess. Yeah, Kilrathi soldiers down with a bit of the flu, and so I didn't feel like trying to find anybody else to cast the game together with me. So, this is a game that was sent in to me by Strixeh, and yeah, as people who watch this channel will know, he's an excellent player, and he also submits games where he loses. And the title of this replay was just simply WTF. So I'm excited to see what happens. AKECHETA, I've watched a couple of his games, usually ones where he's just games that I've observed, and he is an excellent player in his own right. I don't know that he's played in many tournaments. He may have played in, well, yeah, I'm not even going to hazard a guess, but he's a top ladder player, and yeah, be interested to see what he does as Soviets. This is I think a lot of people would consider this a pretty strong map playing as allies. And anyway, when you're playing on the right side, this map is pretty tough because this is an extremely brutal cutoff. Sandbags going down from AKECHETA on his cutoff, always a really good move. The sandbags, I'm hoping people will start to use them a bit more after seeing how well Love Nest used them during the recent tournament. But one thing that's great about them, they provide green cover, but they're so big that you can actually fit an entire conscript squad behind them. And while they're back there, they're pretty much immune to suppression. For example, if a Kubel wagon drives up, it's they'll be able to probably out DPS it before they can get chased off or suppressed. A little bit of wire going down here for the access route, the easy access route over to the cutoff. So AKECHETA looks like he's getting ready to defend that position from the inevitable attack. At the same time, wow, I'm not really sure why he's putting down sandbags down here, except, you know, if you're just going to have your dudes standing around, you might as well have them do something. You can always just stop building the sandbags as soon as the territory is captured, leave it up almost complete, and come back and finish it once you do actually have to fight there. They don't provide any cover until they're actually done, so it's not like your opponent can use them against you. So the first shot's going out at about 2.5 minutes, and we can see up here even more sandbags are going down up by the top VP. And now Strixeh is moving his Volksgrenadiers up to support the Stern Pioneers, who are a bit out of position. They take 2 quick casualties, and they're going to need to retreat before they lose any more. Scout car is building for AKECHETA, and I'm going to bet we'll see some flamethrowers getting in there as soon as he gets another 2 munitions. Get the 60 that he requires for that, and just see him try to chase down some squads. Volksgrenadiers are doing a great job against these conscripts. Take only 1 casualty and knock off 4 of the guys from that squad. That's losses that AKECHETA can easily afford. So I think you can see AKECHETA is kind of camping up his munitions point, which is, I think, a pretty good idea when you're playing against OKW. The OKW player, you really want to get a good hold on your munitions so that you can get the the Panzer Strikes that you need. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. A whole bunch of fireworks exploding outside of my window. And the flamer car. This may be a bad move for Strixeh to not have retreated this this squad of Volksgrenadiers already. They're dancing around the top of the house, but it's going to be pretty easy for AKECHETA to catch them if they try to retreat now. Oh, they're caught in a terrible retreat path. You see the tier 2 is up for Strixeh, and that means that he's going to be able to upgrade his Volksgrenadiers with Panzer Shreks. Don't see him upgrading any of them yet. Oh, he may regret not having done that already. I think we'll probably see a squad go down here on retreat. Combat engineer's kind of shooting at the wrong squad. That squad does die. Oh man. So that's a good win for AKECHETA, and we'll see how much he can capitalize on that. He's going to want to come up and harass this squad. They're upgrading with a Panzerschreck right now. This squad is not, and could get killed if the M3 gets around the hedge in time. So, we have the flak half-track building now for Strixeh, which... good move here by AKECHETA to try to put it in the cutoff before Strixeh can get too many Panzerschrecks up. You can see that he's gotten one upgraded, and there's no way he's going to be able to afford any more. He's also not going to be able to get himself any healing until he won't be able to get any healing at all until he either puts up his next headquarters truck, ooh, the battle group headquarters, or till he gets Vet 1 on his Stern Pioneers. Oh my god. Oh, that is that is unfortunate, though entirely predictable when you have Volksgrenadier squad out by itself like that. Driving around with the M3 or any other vehicle, you can kind of push a bit to cause the Panzerschreck dude to not actually fire. Strixeh using some of his munitions to put down a mine on the cutoff. I guess he's expecting, and he's probably going to have to retreat once again, that he might be able to catch the flamer on retreat. So now back into finish taking back his territory sector. The flak half-track, I think playing against Soviets, that going tier 2 is pretty much always the better option as OKW. If you go tier 1, a lot of people like to go tier 1, tier 4, and get a big blob of Volksgrenadiers with Panzerschrecks, and then get some Oversoldat and stall out for a Panther, which can be good unless you start losing all of your guys early on to either M3s with flamers inside of them, or to something like a fast T-70. Oh man, the squad's taking terrible damage, but they're going to be able to make it on back to base. And looks like Strixeh's actually trying to catch the M3 with his flak track. There's no way that's going to work. And now he's revealed that he has that unit. He's going to need to move that back up to the middle soon. But yeah, the Puma is great at chasing down the light vehicles, and the flak half-track in the right hands is extremely powerful. Where the behavior of projectiles changed in the recent patches, it does just horrible damage to infantry and will suppress squads. You can suppress and even pin squads in one burst and then just out and out kill them with the second. So the sniper is not on hold fire, it's just not in position to actually attack. Oh my god, sniper's getting gunned down by the flak half-track. They back away. I just heard a conscript squad die somewhere, but I didn't actually see it happen. Bummer, with the disadvantages of doing a solo cast. So, let's quickly check over and see what we have upgrades from AKECHETA. So AKECHETA's got himself AT grenades, so he doesn't really have enough conscripts to adequately threaten the flak half-track. You kind of need about 4 of them to just run up and hit it from different angles, and we'll see that this thing will do a shit ton of damage to these squads. If he's unlucky, if Strixeh's unlucky, that squad will trip the mine, but it looks like that mine is going to remain there for now. Oh, those conscripts are lucky to outrun the shots from that flak half-track. Combat engineers hop out, and they're going to need to get back, or start retreating soon, all clumped up like that, and they're laying down, okay, laying down the demo charge, but luckily he cancels that and doesn't take the extra damage. And the flak track has not really contributed very much to this fight. Double snipers from AKECHETA, and we can see that Strixeh's picked the Doctrine. He's gone for fortifications, which is everyone's favorite in 1v1 for good reason. The ability to lay S-mines and build bunkers is very strong, and ooh, the Pak 43 can be really useful if you find yourself on the back foot, and on the small maps that you play 1v1s on, it can actually be quite useful. Since OKW often ends up floating a whole bunch of manpower, or well, can end up floating a whole bunch of manpower while struggling to get a lot of fuel, unless you do something like straight up rush the Panther and don't purchase anything else with your fuel, the Pak 43 can be a good a good solution if you can, say, get one back here. You can kind of cover 2 VPs with it, and this is a good map. This map in particular is a good one for Pack 43s because it's small and has a lot of shot blocking hedgerows, which the Pack 43 can just shoot clear through. Not to mention MG34s are just probably the best machine gun in the game. So, still not much yet. We do have tier 2 up for AKECHETA, which makes me think that he's going to go for some kind of call-in tanks. But he hasn't picked a commander yet, so don't really know what that's going to be yet. Ooh, let's see these squads coming out with such low health. I haven't noticed if Strixeh has been putting down any med boxes with his Storm Pioneers, but now that they're up to Vet 1, they can do that, and Strixeh will be able to heal. His low health squad. So this squad that's retreating right now is below half health, but has all of its men, and he doesn't have tier 1 up, so he's not actually going to be able to heal anything unless he does that. Tier 4 is just finished covering the cutoff, so it's a nice spot for that. And Strixeh's getting himself a squad of Obersoldaten. He knows that he's facing at least one sniper, so I'm not totally sure why he wants to get the Obersoldaten. I mean, oh! Big hit from the AT gun, but the Obersoldaten, with clever positioning, will certainly be quite useful. As long as you can keep him out of line of sight of both of the snipers, you gotta be fine. Oh boy, this is a perfect, perfect target for those snipers. And Strixeh retreat them on back to base. Very nice. So AKECHETA, let's see what he's got. Shock motor, heavy tactics, shock rifle, frontline tactics, and guard motor, coordination tactics. So all excellent choices if you want to hold out for late game call-in tanks, which is pretty much the order of the day with Soviets because, well, T-34 76s are such garbage. Such garbage relative to the other things that you can get as call-ins for not a whole lot more fuel. So AKECHETA's slowly moving up onto Strixeh's cutoff. You can see that the Schwer Panzer Headquarters, oh man, nearly finishes off that conscript squad with just 3 shots. And the Obersoldaten are now moving up. They take 1 shot. I'm not sure actually what it was that hit them. Might have been the sniper. Strixeh's trying to charge the Zis gun. Oh, this is gonna be a dead half track. Oh man, AT gun plus the AT gun in conjunction with the AT grenade from those conscripts, and that's the end of that AT half track. Didn't really contribute a whole lot to this match. And the AT gun also gets cleared. Obersoldaten are so ridiculous at killing AT guns. I mean, unless you have something dedicated purely for killing Obersoldaten, I almost feel like Zis guns are just not even worth it. Of course, this Obersoldaten squad could go down. Looks like AKECHETA is going to try to kill the Volksgrenadiers instead, and off they go back to base. So Strixeh's getting himself, looks like, whoa! Strixeh's getting himself a Raketenwerfer as the M3 explodes, and these combat engineers are going to need to get on out of here. AKECHETA's snipers are back up in the base, and he's moving them around on 1 control group, which he's not facing any kind of explosive weapons. Is probably fine. Ooh, big flame burst. Kills a whole bunch of the Volksgrenadiers. One thing that's really nice about having flamethrowers is that flamethrowers don't function by that was a really bad idea. AKECHETA's probably gonna lose this other Volksgrenadier squad too. Flame weapons don't use accuracy, so you can be suppressed and still do just as much damage with your flamethrower as you would without. And you can see the Strixeh's Storm Pioneers, which don't have minesweepers, which you really want to have if you're running around in Soviet-held territory. have managed to take the cutoff away from AKECHETA, and now AKECHETA is moving his snipers up to contest that. That looks like Strixeh is at least going to be able to lower the fuel before the snipers get up into a position to hurt him. 5 kills on one sniper and 6 on the other. Not bad, but I'm a little surprised they haven't gotten more done. Although, they've done a good job of preventing... Just out of range. Little do they know the danger they're in. Oh, now they're all going to get behind the... they're going to get behind these sandbags and give AKECHETA a hard time at actually getting a good line on them. AKECHETA has not taken back his cutoff yet. And honestly, if he does, he's not going to have any territory to reclaim. He's sending the snipers back in that direction because he doesn't fancy being up. Just a little further, guys. Because he doesn't fancy them being that far up by themselves. Conscripts will come to help out, but Strixeh's going to see those snipers walking past there if he's watching his tactical map. Lots of mines coming down. It's a smart move. Couple of mines around the center of the map will make your Zis guns a lot more useful, as it'll stop any charging infantry that are trying to come run them down, and more importantly, it'll put damaged engines onto any tanks that try to attack. A bit of a lull in the action. Strixeh's taking down the south, and we can see AKECHETA's probing to try to figure out where his opponent is, and Lukes will now come up to help out these. Luke's coming up to help out the Stern Pioneers, and he can try to pursue, but if he does, he's liable to run straight into a mine. Strixeh, don't do it! Back away! AKECHETA kind of overplays his hand by moving the AT gun up to where... Oh! To where Strixeh can see it. Desperation move. This is really strange play doing that. I thought he was going to try to lure the Lukes over the mine. What was that? Oh boy, MG34 dropped. See the flamethrower on a mine. Oh my god! Oh no! No! Strixeh just retreated over his own grenade too. Wow. Oh, snipers both missed at close range, but will they get off another shot before that retreats? So, we just saw an Obersoldaten squad die. They dropped their machine gun. Volksgrenadiers picked it up. They got burned to death. Something blew up and killed the combat engineers. Their flamethrower exploded and killed all of them. Then Strixeh retreated over his own grenade. I can see why he called this replay WTF. Some Strixeh's Panzer II is having, wow, charmed existence, managing to get out of there without hitting a mine. Not all that surprised that there wasn't one over here. Now we have a KV-8 out now for AKECHETA. So yeah, he went shock rifle frontline tactics a while ago. See, he got the shock troops, and so he'll also be able to get himself an IS-2. Really, I think he would have been better off waiting the extra half a CP and getting the IS-2. He would have had enough fuel to do it immediately. And now he's going to have to wait a couple of minutes to afford that if he wants it. I don't know, he's got his 2 AT guns. Maybe this is the unit composition that he wants. He's rolling it straight into enemy lines. Man, there's been a whole lot of fire in this match. So the Shreks have to retreat, and Strixeh doesn't look like he's going to get lucky. The KV-8's not going to go over the mine. Whoa, lots of damage going on the KV-8. And how will it fare against these? Oh my god. Oh, such a waste of fuel and manpower. KV-8 goes down after killing only 2 Volksgrenadiers. That's a waste. Sorry dude, that's a waste. You shouldn't have gotten that. Strixeh's getting himself a walking Stuka. And he's managed to fix up his Panzer II, and he gets a nice Stuka hit off, kills both the AT guns, and this is going to be his game to lose. Stern Pioneers are in an interesting spot, and Strixeh is playing very dangerously with his Lukes. He could easily hit the mine here if he's not careful. Looks like he is going to skirt just around it. And I think the Lukes ought to be okay if he starts moving it forward a little bit. He needs to run! Run, Luke's run! Everything is facing the wrong direction from AKECHETA, who just lost one of his snipers. I'm not sure where that happened. Hopefully I caught it on camera by accident. And the walking Stuka is nearly complete. Man, both of these players have lost so much of their armies over this game. Just again and again, squad preservation has been pretty dismal. Though I do like to watch a good bloody game. Strixeh still hasn't upgraded his minesweepers. He's also moving the squad out a bit prematurely. They haven't finished reinforcing. I'm not sure if they can get their last guy out of this truck. Find out. Nah, don't think so. Walking Stuka is preparing to fire. Probably just going to be on the church, which seems like a waste. Oh, down goes the church, kills an entire conscript squad. Church was about to go down sooner or later, but a new KB8 out from AKECHETA. Fun stuff. I mean, I do like using the KB8, but once again, I think he'd be way better off with an IS-2, particularly against the unit composition from his opponent. The IS-2, you put the machine gun on the top, it's good against pretty much everything. And what has Strixeh been doing in terms of tech? We'll tab over quickly and see what he's got. So he's got tier 2 and tier 4, or 3 and 4, whatever you want to call those. Mechanized regiment headquarters, and his once again so close to this mine. Ooh, shock troops take a bunch of casualties and retreat, but they're pretty spread out, so they managed to get away, no trouble. And once again, this KB-8 is going to accomplish nothing. I don't think I got any kills. Did provide enough line of sight. Provide sufficient line of sight that AKECHETA is able to call an incendiary barrage, which looks like it has done enough to actually set this house on fire, so that's just going to collapse on its own. For players that don't know, you can actually do that with just regular flamethrower weapons, or even with Molotovs, although it's way too expensive to do it with Molotovs. You see the Stern Pioneers hit that mine. Should've got sweepers, dude! And the Lukes is going in a bit too deep. So he's seen some really, some really kind of questionable usage of some of these units. No mines sweepers purchased from Strixeh, and these KB8s just charging again and again at tier 4. Damn, Strixeh's army is tiny right now, but I think we're about to see both of these AT guns get killed. One rocket strike goes in, actually doesn't kill either of them. Nearly finishes off one, destroys this house, which I think AKECHETA will probably actually be thankful for. That house can be a real nightmare if your opponent can get a hold of it. And one thing that actually would have been nice to see would be AKECHETA steal that machine gun. Oh, never mind. It's been sitting there for too long. I guess it's probably, yeah, it's right within the right within range of Strixeh's Schwerer Panzer headquarters. You see some salvaging going on from Strixeh. And he's not going to want to rebuild the he's not going to want to rebuild those Stern Pioneers because they just cost so damn much. But since he's lost them, he's not going to have any way to sweep mines, and AKECHETA's really getting a lot of use out of those. He does still have, yeah, he's got one squad of combat engineers, which look they must be new. I think the only squad that he had before got killed when their flamethrower exploded. Still has one sniper, which only has 10 kills. And I think it's time to take a look at the VPs. So we got Strixeh draining down to just below 250 with AKECHETA. Whoa, what was that? Something just blew up. I think it sounded like someone hit a mine. Oh boy, AT guns moving up to try to push onto The Schwere Panzer headquarters. This is honestly, if this is what he's trying to do, this is a terrible, terrible idea. This walking Stuka is just gonna fire as soon as the first salvo goes off. He might actually be able to finish it, but one burst goes in. Strixeh is not fired yet. I think Tier 4 is gonna go down. It's almost down. Why isn't Strixeh firing? Okay, firing a bit too late, and the AT guns are packing up. Let's see if he can catch either of these. No. He should have predicted that AKECHETA would start moving them back and maybe fired along the road in one of these directions, but I mean, hard to say. Trying to get greedy and go for both the AT guns, ends up getting neither of them. So Strixeh's lost his Tier 4, so we're not going to see any Panthers anytime soon. Or more. Oh, that grenade! Or Obersoldaten. But, so he's just down to his Tier 1. He's building Tier 1. He has Tier 2. And he may want to, This is such a strange predicament to be in, facing pretty much a purely infantry army at almost 26 minutes from both players. The only vehicle is the walking Stuka. Strixeh's army is so tiny. And two of his squads are machine guns. He's got 2 squads of machine guns, Obersoldaten, and oh! He may not have the Obersoldaten for long. They take a shot from the sniper and start to back away. I think he just needs to retreat that squad, however, before losing any more. Sniper's in pursuit, and it would be able to. Oh boy, the other guy's gonna go down. Obersoldaten, you need to run, man. You're irreplaceable. Off he goes. Sniper's lining up another shot. It looks like the Obersoldaten is gonna get out of the hedge, get out behind the hedge. Strixeh's managed to get the VPs under his control again, so AKECHETA is draining. Still has the lead of about 100. And some more salvaging going in. See, lots of things have gone down. I wonder if Strixeh, he may want to start converting munitions to, he should probably start converting munitions to fuel and just save up and get himself a King Tiger at this point. He's made all of the tier buildings, and let's see if he's doing that. Now he's transferring to get himself more fuel, but why? Maybe he wants to get a Jagdpanzer, but he already has enough fuel to do that. Or am I reading this wrong? No, it looks like he's converting to get fuel. He should maybe consider changing that. The walking Stuka together with the King Tiger will be quite good at getting rid of these AT guns and then just pushing forward. Flamethrowers doing tons of damage. You see just, oh, they're so good against Volksgrenadiers at the moment. Oh, lots of damage done, but it looks like AKECHETA has been, it may just be my imagination, but it looks like he's been, oh boy, yeah. It looks like he's been repairing his AT guns, and this Volksgrenadier will probably go down. Looks like it's managed to get far enough ahead of the flamers that it's safe. Machine gun at the bottom chases off the shock troops, and this is always so strange when they burn out after dying, and they look like they're very much alive. Strixeh's probably wondering about now. What do I do? What do I do? I can get more Volksgrenadiers. I can get tier 0 units. His opponent is just also content to stick with, I don't want to say call-in units, but he's probably saving up to get himself an IS-2 now. But has not really diversified his army and has been kind of checking Strixeh repeatedly. The only the only real fuel expenditures he's used are these almost totally useless KV-8s, which he's been getting to just charge down the Schwere Panzer headquarters, and he managed to do that in enough time that that Strixeh was not able to get himself a Panther in time to counter this IS-2, which is coming onto the field. Sniper dies, clutching his throat as he falls to the mud. My screen just went black momentarily, but whoo! All right, we're back on. He's upgrading his machine gun, and Strixeh is getting himself a Jagdpanzer. If he had been upgrading... Oh! If he had been upgrading the, fuel... doing the fuel transfer... Oh my god, I was saying that he should do that, and that's what he was doing. It must be high. Not high. Just confused and out of shape, out of practice. So yeah. Strixeh, is he gonna keep getting that... Jagdpanzer, or is he gonna cancel it? Looks like last chance to pull the trigger. And Jagdpanzer has arrived. Oh, combat engineers burning to death in their own fire. And Strixeh's actually about a minute, or a couple of minutes, 2 minutes away from being able to get himself... Oh, that's really bad. That mine finally pays off as the IS-2 hits it, and the Jagdpanzer is coming up the road. Oh, that's a nice skin. And it's going to be able to lay in some damage. Or not. It's going to be able to attempt to lay in some damage onto the IS-2. Obersoldaten are moving up. The sniper is dead, so it's not going to be able to snipe them out. Shot passes overhead. They deflect the shot off the frontal armor. The AT guns are doing terrible damage. I don't think the Walking Stuka is ready to fire again. No, it's not even close. The Jagdpanzer has to pull way, way back. It's going to have to go all the way back to base. And Strixeh's actually getting some good frontal penetrations with his Panzerschrecks in the IS-2. You see the Obersoldaten. They're nicely spread out, so they're probably not going to get one-shotted by the IS-2. These squads, however, are in danger. Ooh, they get very lucky as the shell passes between all the guys and bounces harmlessly off some trees. Repairs going in on the Jagdpanzer, and it looks like the IS-2 will manage to escape back to its own lines. Oh man, it's a good thing AKECHETA's got two squads of combat engineers. It's gonna be a while before he gets that thing fully fixed up. The Jagdpanzer is most of the way healed, and both these players with their tiny, tiny armies are going to be, I think, clashing again quite soon. Not sure where the Walking Stuka is firing. If Strixeh is... Oh! Looks like he was paying attention. I figured that that tank was getting repaired back there, and you can also hear the repairs happening in the fog of war. So if you just zoom in and listen, you can hear the sizzling noises of the repair torches. Smoke grenade's gonna let the shock troops come in down in the south, and Strixeh is very good about immediately packing up his machine gun and moving it into heavy cover. We can see that Strixeh's army is reconstituted, and this IS-2 is a long, long way off from being fully repaired. Strixeh's got himself enough fuel now that he can get a second Jagdpanzer if he wants. KV-8 is up, and Strixeh's about to learn about that as it comes and sets a bunch of his machine gunners on fire. They pack up, and oh, they take 2 casualties, a 3rd casualty, and they may actually go down here on retreat. There's no mines or anything stopping the retreat path, and that KV-8 is going to finish that machine gun no problem. Oh, down it goes. And the shock troops are moving forward into Strixeh's territory. So, now the issue that, well, oh! I love it when that happens. The wreck getting destroyed a second time. So now that thing is, I'm pretty sure that means it's unsalvageable. Nice hit onto the, oh, Strixeh, do not move those squads towards it. Oh, they just took a whole bunch of unnecessary casualties, and now they're not going to be able to stop the AT guns from firing onto this Jagdpanzer. And that's primarily their job now, is just going to be shooting at the AT guns when they reveal themselves. And it doesn't look like AKECHETA has been repairing his AT guns. They're both pretty badly damaged, and we'll not last too long against a walking Stuka. Strixeh's got himself quite a lot of fuel. Grenades being exchanged on the south, but let's watch the tank fight up at the top. Man, these squads, they should really probably spread them out a little more. You know, just have one squad move up here, the other move down here, and a much better time with things. Ooh, they need to retreat. So it's good to retreat them quickly, and off they go on back to base. This Jagdpanzer is very badly outmatched, and he's going to need to retreat probably all the way back to base to start getting repaired. There is a squad of Stern Pioneers out. I'm not really sure what they're going to... Oh, this could be an extremely nasty walking Stuka hit. Where is he falling? Falls a bit short. AKECHETA wasn't quite as far forward as Strixeh feared. So will Strixeh make himself a Pack 43? That's what I would like to know. He's almost got enough fuel for the King Tiger. I can't believe I messed that up with the. Oh, he's making. He needs to convert munitions to fuel. Why isn't he converting munitions to fuel? As I'm looking there, watching him convert munitions to fuel. Oversoldaten squad, desperately trying to get back to base. That's the only squad that he's going to be able to get until he makes himself another tier 4, which I think would be a mistake at this point. If you get the King Tiger, he'll be in a better position to fight these heavy Soviet tanks and these no longer badly damaged AT guns. So this one got fixed up. What? What? Did I just have some weird visual bug that showed it being fully repaired? Oh yeah! KV-8's on anti-blob patrol. So the thing about flamethrowers that I mentioned earlier, they don't use accuracy, so it doesn't matter if your squads are suppressed. They're area of effect weapons. So if you have all of your squads moving around in one control group, moving around in just one little blob, the KV-8, it just amplifies the effects of the it amplifies the potential damage that any kind of flame weapon is going to do to you. Are those the repair pioneers? Yeah, the Stern Pioneers are down in the south, capping that VP. Up at the top, the machine gun's still holding that one by itself. It actually took quite a long time for AKECHETA to be able to... Ooh, AT gun out and out destroy. That's a win that Strixeh needed to get. So we have another KV-8 now from AKECHETA. I really doubt that Strixeh knows about this. It's clearly coming in for a flanking move. He may be able to rush it into the base. It looks like he's not going to do that. I think a base rush with this would be a smart move, especially now that he's managed to get Strixeh to back his forces up. They're just soft retreating. They're not hard retreating out of that position. And these Oversoldaten are probably focusing on this AT gun. Oh, he should really keep on that. He does manage to clear it. And Strixeh should probably try to destroy that if he's able to see it, which he should be. But just attack, move, destroy that thing, and he'd be in good shape. Not sure where this KV-8 is going. Probably just going to try to dishunt MG34 getting... What? Okay, I guess Strixeh realized that the KV-8 was coming up after him. Down the south, the Stern Pioneers chase off the conscripts. So one thing he could do is actually, yeah, like I said, make that Pack 43, but that's kind of a hard one to keep alive when there's so many flame weapons. The incendiary artillery barrage will kill it, but not destroy it. And oh, nice to see AKECHETA has switched the main gun on his tank. Now let's see if he can back away and get the Jagdpanzer to to drive over that demo charge. And curiously, Strixeh has decided to get himself another Jagdpanzer rather than a King Tiger. I don't know why. So the King Tiger, yeah, he has enough fuel to get it. would need to wait like another minute or so for sufficient manpower. But yeah, he's got enough VPs that he can afford to stall for that long. And with all the AT guns pretty much destroyed at this point, I don't know. I guess he wants the either he doesn't realize that he could get that, or he wants to use the Jagdpanzers. They do have much superior speed to the King Tiger, so he'd be able to chase down these tanks. And you can see that AKECHETA has not been putting down more mines along the retreat path that his tanks need to take. Of course, he's probably thinking, why would I need to do that? My tanks aren't going to have to retreat. AKECHETA's army pretty small. I'm wondering if he doesn't want to buy any more units because he wants to save up and get himself another IS-2. I mean, at the moment, almost all of his pop cap is invested in tanks. He's got 2 squads of combat engineers, a squad of conscripts, and an MG-34. Ooh, this other MG-34 is certainly going to get killed here on retreat, unless the KV-8 decides to go on a big detour. It does not. Down in the south, these Stern Pioneers should easily be able to chase off the machine gun, and away it goes. And that's going to allow AKECHETA, or allow Strixeh to take back the center VP. And he decides to get himself a squad of shock troops. Ooh. So this is going to be a unusual battle between the Jagdpanzers and the heavy tanks from the Soviets. They're not particularly speedy or maneuverable, and which the Jagdpanzers certainly haven't beat maneuverability, but they don't have any turrets, so it's not exactly like they can. They have a bit of a hard time chasing if the tanks manage to get in close. Strixeh's managed, or has gotten himself an anti-tank gun, which, yeah, sure, why not? We can see that he is consolidating his hold on the south. I'd kind of like to see him put down some more shoe mines. His opponent has been really happy about charging into his lines, and if he could get another damaged engine onto an IS-2 or a KV-8, with the number of Jagdpanzers that he has right now, he would easily be able to finish them off. You see how well the Obersoldaten are holding up behind green cover. They've been getting shot at. A couple of bursts from that MG-34 and don't get suppressed at all. 32 kills. Still a fair distance off from Vet 5, and it looks like the KV-8 is going to try to chase off these forces. Strixeh should be able to hear that in the fog of war. Oh, I guess I need to switch here. Yeah, perhaps not. Lots of milling about going on from Strixeh in the center. S-mines going down, and let's see if he has switched his okay, so he's turned off fuel transfer, and he's got so much fuel at this point. He should probably just turn on munitions transfer so that he can put down more. Mines. So the shoe mines would be really nice for taking out the engines of some of these vehicles. Oh boy! And now his own dudes are getting blown up by his S-mines. If neither of these squads goes down, okay, one squad does go down. King KV-8 burns up the AT gun. Let's see if he switches the main gun. Yeah, switches the main gun to the cannon. He's gonna get shot in the rear armor, however, and he may though. Yeah, runs over one dude from the squad. And can Strixeh block the? Strixeh is able to block momentarily. IS-2 coming in to try to get some rear armor hits. All of the mines are exploding uselessly. I think Strixeh's mines managed to only kill friendly units, and you can see the Jagdpanzers getting a little stuck up, hung up on each other. But if he gets them both facing the right way, he may be able to finish off this IS-2. It does have its second stripe of vet, bounces 2 shots, and it will probably be able to retreat from this point on. Looks like Strixeh's actually firing blindly into the fog of war. We'll see if he can get a kill on the... does manage to kill the second KV-8. That said, AKECHETA now has enough pop cap freed up that he can get himself a new IS-2. See if these squads change directions, chase off the... Yep, and they're gonna easily be able to finish off these shock troops unless they throw a smoke grenade, like right here. Yep, there they do. So they'll be able to finish lowering the VP at least. And I'm a little surprised that Strixeh is not just sending this Storm Pioneer squad back, but it looks like he's going to interrupt the cap. He'll take that back for himself. Third Jagdpanzer now. And all of their markings are amazingly similar. Oh man, oversoldaten by the demo. If this IS-2 comes up in here, it'll probably force them to retreat, and you can strip the demo on them. Oh, where is this AT gun going? Conscripts coming in really deep. They're going to back away. I don't know the retreat was really necessary. The only thing that can actually shoot at them really is the Volksgrenadier squad, and it's not particularly... They're not particularly great when they've got the Panzerschreck at killing infantry. Or, not to the point they wouldn't be able to retreat safely. The demo charge trip does absolutely nothing. So Strixeh can thank his lucky stars there. AKECHETA has got 2 IS-2s, and once again his pop cap is nearly completely full. Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking at Strixeh's pop cap. His pop cap is nearly completely full. Well, it looks like it's about to get a little bit less full, yes, as all of those guys get exploded and pushed around. Oh, Strixeh gets caught by the machine gun. His squad does get behind these sandbags. I don't think they're going to be able to come out as suppression, despite being in the excellent heavy cover. Now we have armor-piercing rounds going in, but wow, they actually do come out of suppression. I didn't think that they would... yeah, I didn't think their suppression would go down fast enough that they would be able to do that. IS-2 gives chase and kills that squad, freeing up even more pop cap for Strixeh. He's purchasing himself already another squad of Volksgrenadiers, however. Jagdpanzers are up at the top. Neither of these is Vet 2, so they don't have the skirts yet, and they just need to back away so they don't get AT grenaded. What unusual build orders from both of these players. Ooh, big hit from the IS-2. So, 22 kills in Vet 2 now. What does that do? Yeah, so more accuracy just means more dead Volks. And these Jagdpanzers kind of take forever to vet up. And honestly, right now, I think it would have been really nice, you know, of AKECHETA to not have gotten that second IS-2. I mean, you can see that he's facing 3 Jagdpanzers, and Jagdpanzers are frankly terrible against infantry. If he'd, rather than getting that, just got himself, say, more shock troops, I think he would have been, would have really slowed Strixeh down quite a lot. As it is, just got this herd rolling around on the field, attempting to chase down his IS-2s, which are separated at the moment. Both in excellent health. This is going to be a strange fight. Rear armor hit on the one, and this IS-2 needs to try to back away. Not really a lot of places for it to run though. Ooh, big hit on the Oversoldaten from the Vet 2 IS-2. Now the IS-2s are all... The IS-2 has come up, and the Jagdpanzers don't know which direction to face. Really try to kill just one at a time. Maybe able to finish this IS-2 off. It's taking quite a beating. One Jagdpanzer dies. Main gun destroyed on the second. On the new IS-2, that one also destroyed. And I think Strixeh should probably try to stick in and see. He's got his Vet 3 and a Vet 2 on. He misses. One shot misses. Oh, he should really just keep pushing, try to finish off this IS-2. Is he going to? Where's the walking Stuka? It doesn't look like it's moving up to support. He could launch some shots in here and force the IS-2 to move. And the shock troops versus Jagdpanzer, there's a pointless fight. Two guys in the shock troop squad do get run over, however. You can see the walking Stuka is preparing to fire. Surely those shots are going to come down here. Retreat from the combat engineers, and the walking Stuka barrage does absolutely nothing. I believe these conscripts will have the upper hand here, and AKECHETA just got himself another IS-2. Yeah. I mean, the IS-2s are good, but Strixeh kind of has the counters for him at the moment. And now, I'm really hoping that he'll just get himself a King Tiger. There's no AT guns around. The IS-2 plus the Jagdpanzers are more than a match. The King Tiger plus the Jagdpanzers are more than a match for these IS-2s. Vet 2-1's still alive, slowly getting repaired, I imagine. Where is it? AKECHETA's getting himself more combat engineers. Strixeh, please don't get yourself another Jagdpanzer. Do capture that territory, though. The bottom is held by Strixeh, but he needs to retreat the squad. It's about to get down, and they're in danger of getting killed as they retreat. Yeah. Ooh, lucky miss there. And that's gonna save that, save the life of that squad. The first Jagdpanzer got himself a little bit too far forward. He can't actually hit the IS-2 from that direction, but you can see just how fast it is on retreat. There's one squad of conscripts left for AKECHETA. Let's see where they are. They're back in the base reinforcing, it looks like. Not reinforcing, actually. Nice move with the smoke grenade there to disrupt the targeting. Vet 3 Jagdpanzer goes down, and Strixeh spent a bunch of fuel somewhere. Okay, looks like... Wait, no. No! Why a Panther? Don't do that! Get a King Tiger! Alright, Panther's a great choice too. I still think he would be better off getting the oh man, AKECHETA knows exactly what's up. Throwing what he's got to try to take out this Schwerer Panzer headquarters before the Panther comes out, but it's going to be too late. Also, another advantage of having the Schwerer Panzer headquarters up is Strixeh's going to be able to get himself some more Obersoldaten. So the Panther's nearly complete, and AKECHETA is taking the bottom VP. The top and the middle, where are these bombs firing? Are they coming down here? Yes, they are. AKECHETA moves and loses 3 men off of the shock troop squad. Not too bad, not too bad. Conscripts are going to try to take the top of the map, but there's quite a bit waiting for them up there in the form of a machine gun and some super clumped up Volksgrenadiers. Panther has arrived. Another incendiary artillery barrage coming in. And that is going to force at least a repositioning, and probably a retreat of this machine gun. Oh man, Strixeh's squads aren't moving. Why isn't he moving them? Throws a grenade and manages to get out of the fire while losing only 1 man, but now that's a Vet 0 squad. Okay, here come the Vet 5 Obersoldaten, and they will quickly finish off these conscripts. They retreat on back home. IS-2's getting fixed up, and VPs are now even, but Strixeh's easily going to capture the top VP. And it's up to AKECHETA to come. Probably the center is probably too well defended for him to do anything. And I really feel like AKECHETA would have benefited from teching up a little bit more. You know, he might have been able to get himself an STU-85 to help him deal with some of this stuff. Tier 4 could have been quite useful for him. Katyusha is excellent against OKW. As it is, the center is going to be locked down pretty well. Had he gotten himself a Katyusha, for example, he'd be able to bombard this position and move up and maybe contest the center VP. As it is, he's probably going to have to split his forces to try to take the top and the bottom. So you can see Strixeh's moving down to take that. He's going to be able to take it with a machine gun uncontested. Well, there's some flamethrowers nearby, and this is the advantage of having a solid hold on the center of the map. You can, if your opponent pushes up at the top with all of his army to force you off, you can just back away and come on down to the bottom and take that for yourself. About to have a fight in both places, and I believe that Strixeh is strong enough at this point that he'll be able to deal with that no problem. Another KV-8. It's got to be KV-8 number 4 or 5 at this point. Oh, IS-2 is getting beat on by all of the vehicles from Strixeh's army. IS-2, Bet 2 IS-2 is probably gonna be able to help turn this fight a little bit more in his favor, but it's gonna be taking shots on his rear armor from the Schwerer Panzer headquarters, but I'm not actually sure that it's able to really penetrate that. Something just blew up. I don't even know what. I believe, yeah, the Walking Stuka just went down to something. Schwerer Panzer headquarters destroyed. The Panther has taken no damage throughout this fight. There we go. First shot goes in, and we'll see if the KV-8 switches its main gun. He could actually try to base rush right now with it, while it's occupied. But he needs to switch the main gun. I think he's going to send it up to the top and try to attack up there. This IS-2 is in a world of hurt. I don't really know if it's going to be able to get out of here. Gets, crew shock on the Panther, and that's going to give it enough time to back away and perhaps get some repairs in. The top part of the map is cleared out by the KV-8, and you see that AKECHETA is down at the bottom at the same time, capturing that VP. He managed to capture the center of the map, and I really have no idea what killed the Walking Stuka. Must have been the flanking IS-2. Huge-ish hit on the front armor of the Panther. And we can see that, yeah, now the KV has switched its main gun. And the Panther is the one that's in a bit of trouble now. Oh, this is a pretty close fight. It's just going to come down to which player is luckier today. Splash damage from that shot puts in a bunch of hurt onto the Panther. Panther manages to back away with almost no health. Both of these tanks are nearly destroyed. Is the Panther going to try to go for it one more time? I wouldn't try it with these, as long as these conscripts are in between, or these combat engineers are in between two units. That's going to mean that the IS-2 will get line of sight first and be able to get the first shot off. And when they're both down to just that pixel of health, it's that's enough of a difference to matter. Saw that this tank even took a whole bunch of damage from a oh, are they out of the fire? That's lucky. Oh boy. Only one squad of Shreks here. They take a whole big hit. And the KV-8 is going to try to finish them off. Probably force them to retreat. They're down to almost no health. If the KV-8 goes a little bit farther forward, its main gun might even finish them. Oh no, the flamethrower is shooting at the wrong target. Oh, Shrek gets dropped. Bet 5 Homer Soldat and pick it up. Shrek bounces off the front of the KV-8. He's reloading. Forced to retreat. As the Panther comes back up with just the tiniest bit of health. A fight is also happening in the center. I can't look down at that. Okay, now I can look at it. Shock troops throw down a grenade to give themselves some smoke to hide behind. You can see the AKECHETA is capturing the south. Looks like he killed a couple. Looks like he killed those Volksgrenadiers that were down there. He's captured the center. He's captured the top. And Strixeh just needs to be. He needs to get one VP under his control. Probably just take the top one and not make any panic moves. His opponent is in a really bad spot. This IS-2 is going to be getting repaired forever. If he can get his Pantheron back to base, it will probably be in good shape by the time the next fight pops off. And he's got a bit of infantry AT that he can also use against the IS-2. So these Volksgrenadiers aren't standing in the circle. Okay, there they go. They might actually want to put down some sandbags just to protect themselves and ensure that they stay in there. And incendiary artillery coming in. I feel like Strixeh almost needs to stay in there just to white the VP. He's whited the VP, now he can move out and look to see if there is a tiny spot. Yes, I'm sure he's frantically right-clicking on this point, and he's managed to just get inside the captain's circle. New squads, 2 new squads of Volksgrenadiers. It's not quite as green as the others. New KV-8 is out, and Strixeh's got himself enough fuel that he can get himself another Jagdpanzer when once that becomes available. And this damaged Panther, I guess he decides that he needs that to be up at the front. I think that he should be keeping it back, getting repaired. He can always use Blitzkrieg to drive it up when he really needs it. Yeah, combat blitz is only 30 munitions. Oh man. Strixeh now is the one who's got his opponent triple cap, and AKECHETA is desperately trying to take back the top of the map. This KV-8 makes short work of these only Vet 1 Volksgrenadiers. They go back. But does he have enough infantry to be able to take back his territory? What? Somehow the Zistgon manages to kill 2 of the squads, and wow, that's it. Strixeh wins. The VPs drain out, and what a strange match. GG, says Strixeh. And yeah, had some pretty unusual build orders from both players. I think AKECHETA was a little too KV-8 happy throughout this, and Strixeh possibly got a few too many Jagdpanzers. But that said, the way that his opponent kept investing more and more into heavy tanks, they did pay off quite a bit at the end. He was always having lots of targets to shoot at. I do think a King Tiger would have been more useful, since it would also be able to fight the infantry. But yeah, if your opponent's going to oblige you with a whole bunch of KV-8s and IS-2s, and the Jagdpanzers will do just fine with those take up most of his army pop cap. So, you see the squads, AKECHETA desperately attacking all of the VPs simultaneously, but just ran out of time, and that's the end of the match. The thing is, had this gone on for much longer, I think that AKECHETA probably would have won. This IS-2 is strong enough to be able to push off the Panther, and this Zistgon is not in particularly good shape. So yeah, keep an eye on the VPs when you play. And yep, so that was this match. Hopefully the next cast I do won't be a solo cast, and I'm looking forward to whatever that turns out to be. And I will hopefully be producing more videos in a couple of weeks. Near the end of January, I'm going to have a lot more free time. As it is, this is something I'm just barely managing to squeeze in between my other obligations. Yeah, that's it. Computer Heat out. Oh, what is it I always say? Bye-bye, folks.